Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called World War One: The American Legacy. This is going to be a documentary about World War One, narrated by David Carradine. This movie is pretty bad. It starts off on a good note where it talks about the carnage and the brutality of poison gas and trenches and mortar fire, machine guns, tanks. Uh, and it talks about the number of casualties. But then it goes into war hero mode. Um, Veterans Day being turned into a day to worship false idol of the military-industrial complex. It actually began as Armistice Day, 11/11/18 at 11 a.m. So I learned some interesting tidbits like that. No mention of any Christmas truce, which is the highlight of the entire war. Soldiers disobeying orders, basically to celebrate Christmas together. Both warring sides celebrating Christmas together. No mention of that in this one. A lot of politically correct stuff about democracy, uh, women's right to vote, um, discrimination against blacks, that kind of stuff. Really didn't interest me because all of the people who fight in wars are really committing mass murder on a huge scale. And some of the stuff I learned in high school history class, like Serb nationalists started the war. Europe at the time wasn't 1914 wasn't a melting pot like the United States. Lots of different cultures and religions. Apparently that wasn't the case in Europe. So one country said, you can't invade the other country, or I'll invade your country, and the domino effect was in play. And before you know it, the world was at war, including the United States, because the Germans were sinking U.S. Passenger ships, including but not limited to the Lusitania, which I also remember from high school. So Woodrow Wilson, who was actually the peace candidate, ended up having Congress declare war on Germany, I guess. And when was the last time Congress actually declared war? World War II, maybe? I don't know. So like I say, most of the movie is just, war heroes, Father Duffy, Wild Bill, who later founded the CIA, and just a lot of shameful individuals who get worshipped in this movie. And it's what's really shameful is at my Catholic church on Veterans Day, they just, instead of worshiping Jesus, they worship the military folks, the killing machines, after the Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill," unless the government says so, according to the Catholic Church these days. So it's a sign of the times. I mean, World War One had a huge influence. It was supposed to be the war that ended all wars, and it ended up being a precursor to many, many more wars. So, the beginning of the movie kind of interests me, though, because it looked like Doctor Who's Day of the Daleks with all the barbed wire and poison gas mask and stuff. So that was pretty cool. But the rest of the movie just stank to high heaven. It was just like worship the flag all the way. The false idol of the U.S. flag. So not a great movie. Like I said, it was missing the Christmas truce, which was really the highlight of World War One, 1914 Christmas. Both warring sides just stopped fighting and they started celebrating Christmas together, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's never happened before, as far as I know, in human history, something like that. So it's quite remarkable. And yet, no mention of it in this movie. This movie is just mostly war propaganda. And I'm surprised that David Carradine is narrating this, but I guess he'll do anything for a buck. So, yeah, I'm giving this one 2 out of 5 stars. If you want to see a good movie about this time period, check out All Quiet on the Western Front. Great movie. I've never actually read the book, but I know it's a great movie. It's with Patricia Neal, if I'm not mistaken. So that's definitely worth checking out. I can't recommend this movie, however. I'm not a big fan of documentaries to begin with, and David Carradine's narration style is kind of monotone, if you ask me. I had to rewind a bunch of times because I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying. Maybe I was just tired from working 65 hours a week, 2 jobs, but yeah, I was kind of worried because my dream girl in Renton, Washington, she was sort of ignoring me, especially on Valentine's Day. And I got booted off OkCupid website without any explanation. So fortunately, I had saved an old email from somebody that I had dated back in 2014. And she's on the other side of the country right now, but when she comes back, I can resume dating her, which is kind of exciting. Just shows you that persistence really pays off. So yeah, she's always busy, but I don't care now because I'm busy too. It's not like I have Saturdays free all day long. I'm working 6 to 8 hours on Saturdays, so maybe I can hook up with her on a Saturday or a weekday night when I'm not working. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that next month when she comes back. And can't really recommend this flick though. But I'm pretty happy about my dating situation. Suddenly picked up some steam there. It was like I thought I was going to be completely hopeless for a while. After I got booted off OkCupid, I tried Mingle2, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Nothing seems to compare to OkCupid, at least in terms of meeting people. Meeting quality people is a different story. Okay, I did meet the quality gal that I'm going to go on a second date in the last 3 years. I did meet her on OkCupid, but she was more the exception than the rule, per se. And at that time, I didn't feel like dating her because she was kind of, well, I'm too busy. And I was kind of, I'm too bored watching Netflix on Saturdays. So got a little bit more patience. Got the same kind of work schedule as her now, just doing a lot lower paying work. She's got a nice place in North Beach, apparently. So I'm looking forward to meeting her again. Maybe she'll kiss me on the second date. She hugged me on the first date. So that was promising. So I'm looking forward to that. Get rid of all these flaky friends types and just get serious about relationships for the first time in, I don't know, 4 years. Looks pretty promising, but we'll see how it goes. And here's the disc. It's a picture of an airplane here. And I don't know, I rented it on Netflix. I was disappointed. I guess the guys in the trenches who didn't want to be in the trenches preferred to fly in the air, although it wasn't any less dangerous to. They even talk about animals as being the heroes, like carrier pigeons and dogs and horses and stuff. A lot of horses died in the war, so I'm supposed to feel sorry for these horses. I don't know. Didn't really make me cry, this movie. I think All Quiet on the Western Front is more depressing than this one. This one's just mostly parades and rah-rah stuff. So, not a great flick. 2 out of 5 stars. Don't check it out. Can't recommend it. Laters.